Fix things.
I fix things for you, baby.
Alright, Fix Things time. Javi,
Yeah.
tell the people about Fix Things all about, no?
Just take over the live right now.
There we go.
Yes, so Fix Things is a brand new segment that we created to interact with our fans, mainly our online YouTube community. Each week we pose a question on our YouTube page asking our subscribers a question where they send voice notes and messages via WhatsApp of their responses. So this week's question comes from the recent news that Billboard is launching an Afrobeats chart and discontinued its Reggae Digital Song Sales chart. The Reggae albums chart continues to be published weekly. So the question is Afrobeats replacing dancehall? Here are the responses.
No, Afrobeats don't have the capabilities or potential to replace dancehall. Because what we know right now as Afrobeats, it's not even Afrobeats. It's the dancehall sound with some Afrobeats artists and the rhythm. So if you basically take those same rhythm or take the lyrics from those songs and put it on dancehall beat, you will realize that it's actually dancehall with some Afrobeats artists on the rhythm. It will never replace dancehall. Also, if you were supposed to take Sean Paul or any one of those popular Jamaican dancehall artists and put them on one of them beat, you would realize that people would gravitate towards the track even more in an enjoyable fashion, not necessarily to just listen to the music. That's the power of a dancehall artist, a Beanie Man, a Shaggy, a Sean Paul. They make you want to dance and enjoy yourself as opposed to Afrobeats where you kind of just listen and sing along.
Blessings, Ari and Javi and Nara, yeah? This is my views on the topic as Afrobeat replaced dancehall. It's subjective. Let's get that straight. But I think that it has nothing to do with the talent that we produce as Jamaicans at the dancehall. I think it has to do with Afrobeat being more structured, and there's this pushing power, because you have to remember that Afrobeat comes from Africa, not only just one country, or you know what I mean, because if we think about it, there's like 52 or 53 or 54 countries in Africa, plus there's like 36, 37 states in Nigeria alone, plus Ghana, plus the major players in Afrobeat. And I think the music and the lyrics are radio friendly and family friendly, so that in itself gives it that little advantage over dancehall. You know what I mean?
Lifestyle, big up on yourself. I'm gonna say Afrobeat replaced dancehall is right. But it's just a case where Afrobeat have its own distinct sound. You see me? And that people really are listening for. Afrobeat have that one distinct sound there itself compared to that nowadays dancehall, that is the whole trap dancehall, was sound similar to the whole rap R&B thing. So if overall people are listening rap and R&B and them are go met the trap dancehall, them I want to compare and say basically the same thing. Them not gonna really want to hear that. You see me? But dancehall need that identity there, like one time. You see me? It needs some distinct faith, differentiate it from every other genre, and that people really want, just like reggae.
All go on the Fix. Big up yourself, Ari, Javi, Nara, same way. Been a fan of the works, for quite a few years, but just to address the question asked, as Afrobeats replace dancehall in the international space, I certainly think so. I think the Afrobeats bring more of a Caribbean vibe. It makes you want to dance, as the name of the genre suggests, dancehall. I think sometimes we forget that part. You understand? We're not focused on the name of the genre. It says dancehall, so some aspect of dancing must be present in the music. You understand? I understand that in certain cases you're going to have different kind of music, or the content can be different, but I think like the sound itself, it must have certain aspects or certain fundamentals.
Well, I would say yes, because these days dancehall to me the majority of dancehall, the rhythms, it's too dark. You know? It's too dark. It's almost gloomy these days. And I'm trying to find a song now to get my spirits up. It's like I either I find music that makes me feel lazy or just music that makes me feel like myself. Is the way.
Alright, so as Afrobeat replaced dancehall internationally, so I honestly don't think it has replaced dancehall. I think dancehall is not living up to the standard it should to cross over the right way. I think the international market is always looking for that new sound, which Afrobeat is unique and it's not from the original dancehall itself, but the content of Afrobeat now, more persons can relate to it opposed to the new dancehall. For the last decade, I can say dancehall is more sounding like a rap. So it doesn't sound like a dancehall anymore. It's more like a knock-off hip-hop. And as such, the international space doesn't gravitate to it that much.
Hello, this is Shawad Brown from Clarendon, but currently residing in Malaysia. I think it is quite obvious that Afrobeats has taken over dancehall. And from my perspective, being living abroad for the past 10 years now, half of the time in Africa, half of the time in Asia. In the early 2010s, people like Sean Paul, Serrani, Conscience, Egyptian, those people were really popular, especially in Africa. And even now interacting with my friends from Africa, nowadays people like Burna Boy, Wizkid, Thames, those are the guys who are more popular. Even in Asia here, you're more likely to hear a Burna Boy at a party or a Wizkid than you're more likely to hear someone from Jamaica, because nowadays the popular music in Jamaica is more about choppings and shootings, and that don't really go international. So yeah, that's my thoughts on that.
This is from DJ. He says, greetings, Fix team. To answer this week's question, I believe Afrobeat has definitely overtaken dancehall. Dancehall just isn't functioning the same anymore. Quantity over quality and lack of structure, industry-wise, are the main issues. IMO. Man, them just no care. Yo, Massacre never say bad like 90s dancehall for no reason, fam. I like that response as well. Here's one more. We got a lot of responses to this question, by the way. Wow. This comes from Dexter Phillips. He says, yes, however, every music has its time, and I believe right now it's Afrobeat's time to shine. Afrobeats is a new sound. It's fresh and something people were not used to hearing until a few years ago. Dancehall had a good 10 to 12 year run. Who's to say that Afrobeats won't fade into the sunset years from now, and we'll be having the same conversation about Afrobeats being replaced by something else. Bless up to everybody that sent in all their comments this week. There are even more, but yeah, we can't read all of them. Shout out to everybody that had something to say. Ari, what do you have to say?
No, I want to hear from you first.
Do you?
Yeah.
Right, because you want to copy take my answer?
Do I look like a copy taker?
Yes, you do. You do look like a copy taker.
Well, what's interesting, I was reading an article on Vulture, Vulture magazine, about is Billboard's Afrobeat chart good for Afrobeat? And it really, the writer, the person is Shamira Ibrahim, and it was written yesterday, March 30th. Where they explore the concept, like, is it good? And the article basically said that, Billboard and the US market really always hop on the next wave. So they mention reggaeton. So Despacito was the biggest thing, and the Living the Vida Loca, Ricky Martin. There you go. They were talking about like how let me read a part of it. So when the threshold into Western ubiquity is crossed, reassessments are made and hierarchies are restructured to adjust to the market needs of the American consumer. So that held true for Ricky Martin in his fourth studio album, Velvet, which I'm it means return. Yeah, garnered a
Did you know
Grammy
that
win.
naturally?
Si se puede. Anyways, yeah, tied to the 5th studio album in
You big
1999
liar.
and the tour de force of Living the Vida Loca that would catapult him into hallowed status of mainstream pop with an appearance on the pop airplay chart and Grammy nominations for Song of the Year, right? So, you know, it's just how the US market always seemed to focus on the next big thing, and then it kind of died down or really give it the propel or the promotion and the support that it needs to kind of continue. They always seem to focus on pop and pop music. You know, but Afrobeats is truly a great genre, and I can see what they must say. What the person.
Yo, shout out Red Rat on the live. He missed when we talk about him.
Oh.
Him say you naturally just Google it, what the Spanish word mean.
Oh, no, I didn't.
Sure.
I didn't. I'm literally reading the article.
Okay.
Yeah. So no.
Spanish major.
Yeah.
Hey, Duolingo works. I practice Duolingo every night, guys.
Alright,
Come
big up
on.
yourself, okay.
Yeah. Let me lose my train of
Oh
thought.
God, classic Ari. Classic Ari.
I got a comment though from
Yeah.
just a random youth. He
Okay.
said dancehall used to be the vibes in the global music space, and now Afrobeat
Yeah.
has taken that space.
I mean, when you listen to the voice noter, as I call him, the one especially from Foreign, can't remember which foreign land, when they are foreign,
Yeah.
you see me? That's the sentiment that he seems to be seeing out there, and that's what he feels. Say, yo, based on how the music is operating in the international space, Afrobeats is taking that spot that we used to operate in. I think the chart thing, because how this was reported initially by a popular dancehall man, they made it seem like
The Billboard chart was doing away with the reggae
reggae
chart.
for Afrobeat,
Yeah,
when
it wasn't.
when it isn't necessarily it's not necessarily the case, because
They were
as it
suspending
stated
one
in the
chart.
article, them did dash our chart from about 2 years ago, right? I know they're introducing this chart. I do think it is telling though that this is something that they see necessary to introduce, because they see that, at least I'd like to think that they see that there are numbers to support this, introducing this chart. And I think it does spell at least a bit of concern for our culture. Seeing said they did dash our chart 2 years ago. Or at least a
No,
chart
it's
relating
just
to our
one
culture.
chart, you know. Is that
I'm aware.
the cell?
I'm saying that just that one chart, but still, it could be said, say, oh, they have no reason to keep track of anything sales-wise
for
with our
Afrobeat.
culture, because we not really sell nothing. While Afrobeat is.
Yeah.
And I
So
mean,
I said telling.
and I just want to put into perspective a little too, because remember, say the African diaspora, and as somebody mentioned that the African continent has a lot of people, billions of people, and the diaspora is also, you know, far-reaching. So people who live in America, it's a growing. The Nigeria and Ghanaians are also a growing population in America. So you see where, you know, that's why I'm assuming, or in my little interpretation, why the Thames and the Wizkid song was such a big song, you know, and it bubbled for almost like a year until it got massive. It got its massive hit last year, and then Justin Bieber for remix it and whatever. So, you know, it's just like the growing population and the diaspora missing Africa and wanting their connection, and that's one of the ways they connect to it. So you see the growing population and admiration for the genre in and of itself, you know, and it's large, like the numbers show. And I think that's always been the issue with us, like African people, or, you know, the African diaspora. They support their artists, and there's a lot of them there that can help their artists, their favorite artists, sell a gold, platinum, multi-platinum singles albums versus our little 3 million we roughly estimate, give and take. We not support the artists like that. So that's why you can see why Afrobeat is truly growing and becoming. And I don't think it's going to be a fly-by-night thing like they did with the reggaeton and, you know, like one here and there. I think if the structure is sound, and I think the the pool of artists, Afrobeat artists, is vast, where they can be sustained for a long time, you know. So I think there's more to come from Afrobeat.
Let me ask you this: is it that you think that there's such a massive groundswell of support from Africa, or is it that their songs have crossed over so well to garner new fans across the world?
I think it crossover well. I think the crossover appeal is there for Afrobeat.
Because I like to think that even though there's that argument about, you know, their population as a whole continent, right?
Yeah, see, and I see
being bigger than ours, where dancehall is popular. But I'd like to think that despite that, our music has always, you know, connected well internationally. You know, we little but with all our.
True.
You know what I mean? So is it that, that's what I ask you, is it that they support their own better than us?
Or the songs
or is
are
that the
better?
songs them are crossover better than our songs? And
work better.
Work better and
it could be a mixture
get them
of
fans
both
the
of
new
those
fans.
things, That's what I'm thinking. Somebody said, I think Afrobeats crossed over. Trying to see more comments here.
Big up Javi for working
alive. We're not buying music.
Yeah, that's the point. That's the point of it, because I do think that we have a more the variety that we have in dancehall is vast, and I think that is one of the beauty of dancehall. Like, there are different categories, segment, fractions of dancehall, and I think they all have its space. But you know, Afrobeats is truly like just vibes and easy and, you know, simple. There's nothing too deep or heavy about the genre in and of itself. While with us, there's just like there's a wide variety of music and emotions that come from our music, but it's just which one work overseas, which one can work overseas, and which one have that massive appeal. So I think maybe that is it. Like, we probably need to, it's like how we can get the push better overseas, because, you know, it's not just bad music we do out there, horrible music that is dancehall is producing now. Like, one of my favorite songs, I should have said it on the podcast, of the new person I was listening to, Lena Banton. Him have a song named Reminisce. That's a good song, and I think it can work. It kind of have an Afro kind of fusion vibes, albeit, but I think it's a good song, and I think it can work. You know, it just need proper push, proper support, and I guess that's just the thing that's beating Afrobeats to us, is just they have a better system and structure over there than
Big
us.
up Red Rat. Red Rat say better producer, songs, and more catchy songs.
It's good to hear from an actual artist that have or had an hit song. You see me out the road. I will say this in regards to the vibe, because I was going to get to that, but you touched on it, right? Because I'm going to use the opportunity to plug a piece of content on our channel right now, youtube.com/fixay. Go check that out. We spoke about Skilly Bang, and Ari had a whole rant.
I didn't have
a rant. Yeah, you ranted. I'm surprised she's speaking
Not a
about this so calmly, because I know that, you know, inside, deep down, there's a Hulk waiting to come out, all go on, and she's raging inside about this. But she was able to keep her cool and speak calmly about this. The vibe aspect, it's a curious part of this whole equation, because I have a thought that our music is somewhat reflecting what we as a people have been going through for the past couple of years. You know, with COVID, people being depressed, growing number of people being stressed, going through anxiety. So you'll hear these songs that are good songs, some of them, you know, but they speak to what we are going through as a people, and they're not going to necessarily transcend and cross the waters like that. Because I think that the international audience, they're looking for something different from that. They're looking for something that they're familiar with from us, the vibes there. I think that they're getting that from Afrobeats, while us now, we are get songs that connect here, you know. You see me, them songs they will speak to, you know, the anxiety and being depressed and all them things there, and even, you know, the gun song them and chopper song them, they relate.
So that's why you say songs like here. Lego the Bird and them dancing.
Them
vibe,
song they know I feel
bang,
is like
bang bing.
Yeah, it's in bang bing. Them song they know is like them are peer through the darkness in a way.
Yeah.
You know, them are shed some light.
Yeah, try to bring back the vibe.
You know,
in a way.
them are bring back the vibe in a sort of way. So I just feel that Afrobeat is operating very well and functioning in that space. as a very portly mentor of mine like to use that word, function. I think the songs are functioning much better in that regard.
Someone mentioned that Afrobeats music clean. So what do you think about that too?
I mean, we have clean music.
We have clean music, you know. But as I said, I think it's just the overall vibe of the majority of the songs that are popular. Like even the clean music that we have, you know, them depressing. Some of them depressing, man. Them sad.
Some of
them
them
reflect how we feel. Some of them, but a whole lot of them, they're depressing.
I mean, like the Youngster vibes.
Yeah.
It's kind of dear, but you know, like Nation Boss, big him up, but him song depressing. I can relate to enough people out there can relate to, but it's depressing.
Emo
some of the
vibes,
song, it's kind of dancehall emo. Kind of that subgenre. I think I grow right now, but yeah, I think they're good songs. But again, can they cross over? Do they have that crossover ability? These are the questions you really have to ask. I don't know. It would seem like the people them love the good vibes so much. I think even within the African American culture,
right,
I feel African pride has been experiencing a spike within the past couple of years, and even Black Panther kind of helped spur that on. People just happy to be African. I feel like I just the right time for Afrobeat for just penetrate the market with them with them the thing that are going on at the background. It just makes sense. It makes a good timing for them.
Penetrate background, sensational.
All right. Let me just wind myself. This is me.
Gotcha.
You know what? I'm not gonna use that corruption. You're corrupt. You're corrupt. Fever bring that up. All right. Why? All right. There we go. All right.
Red Rat Salalia all up dancehall by putting back the dance.
That you needs to get more praise than he's getting. I mean, big up Lali, big up Frankie Music. I like what he's been doing out there. It's simple, but it's quality. And if only someone, we're not going to turn about nobody, but if only somebody else that we know could see that, admire those elements well. Simplicity, but quality.
Yeah.
It's a simple thing. I think some of the people them overthinking this thing, and some of the artists them out there, I feel like their energies, they're misplaced. Them energies is into what's viral, what can get the people them going on TikTok and all them things. They're not necessarily into making a feel good hit song.
Yeah,
Simple.
A lot of them preen violence to like them a push the violence thing hard in the videos, like for come off like the bad man thing and pose up with such and such
Gun.
in the video.
Every other music video that I see have guns in it.
Yeah.
Coming out of dancehall is the truth.
True.
And every other video we see come out of Afrobeat, dancing, love making, good vibes,
luxurious, like
True.
rich,
Yeah.
rich, like just clean,
like straight out of coming to America too.
like rich, and you
Yeah.
don't feel like them get it through illegal means. It just feel like
Opulence, African black excellence.
excellence.
Them winning there.
But I love dancehall.
Do you?
Do you?
Not
People
anymore.
check out that rant on our YouTube channel. Yeah, I go see Ari after I go through some Usa moments. One at a time, she didn't even look like Silk Boss. One at a time, literally. Even skin tone wise too.
Wow. Emotional
damage. Yo, we need a sound effect.
Emotional damage.
Yo, Kevin Yamaji.
Kevin with the plug.
Wow.
But
and
yeah.
on this note,
we want to thank the people them again for sending in them voice notes, their responses, their messages. Remember that you can do so. We post a question every week. Just look out for the question on our community tab. All right. Our number is, what's our number? You can put up the WhatsApp number up on the screen there, Kevin.
788-4769.
See it right there, so Kevin, Hilly. 788-4769. All right, you can send in your voice notes. Just try to keep them under a minute. All right, try to keep them as short as possible, to the point. And look out again for next week's question. What may I say? I go on is that when we post this by YouTube, people then go on to respond to the one who don't post by YouTube. I don't talk about that. People just understand, is it with
Go look for the new one.
Look for the new one. All right, that would be for next week's show. So go look out for that. Make sure you subscribe to the channel first of all. And yeah, post notification, all them thing there. Give thanks again for the people them for their thoughts.